Don't start yet. We're not ready.
Oh my
Our
God.
brains, you right
I'm
in.
going.
We need to
Okay. While you're getting paper, keep your mouth shut so I can talk. English measurements. When we convert in English measurements, or sometimes called customary measurements, we must remember how many of one measurement is in another. When we converted in metric, we just moved the decimal. Added zeros and moved the decimal. We didn't have to remember that there were 10 decameters in 1 meter. We just moved a decimal. In the English, we have to remember how many feet are there in a yard. We have to remember how many feet there are in a mile. We have to remember how many inches there are in feet. We have to remember how many fluid ounces there are in a pint. All of those things. Then we have to decide, do we multiply or divide? Those are the two things you must know to do the English conversion. One is how many of one item are in another. And two, do I multiply or do I divide? When we get into this, you're going to hear ounces when we do weight, and you're going to hear ounces when we do volume. And with your lab, you realize that volume is liquid, right? Weight is mass, so we can weigh ourselves, but we can't find the volume of ourselves very easily. Okay? So, ounces are going to be used twice. To differentiate, they call them fluid ounces and ounces. Does anyone think they know what fluid ounces measure? Volume or weight? Volume. Why? This is fluid. Perfect. So when we say fluid ounces, we're talking about volume because we're talking about a liquid. Alright? And when you label stuff, you need to label it fluid ounces versus just ounces. So we're going to start with, yes, Evan.
Question about changing to the metric system. What happens with all these things they've already made in the English?
We convert them.
So you convert, if we have a combine, it's got all these English nuts and bolts on there.
We stop making them, and eventually that combine gets no more use, right? It has to go to the combine derby, and we now only have combines with the metric system. It takes a while to get things out of circulation, Evan, but if we do it, it would be easier to be as a world instead of on our own.
You know, in the meantime, you're so lucky because you know two ways of doing things, and you can switch from one to the other when you need to.
Exactly.
Other people in other parts of the world would
Come to
here
America and
not
think we're
know how to
crazy.
deal with English stuff, but you do already, so you're lucky.
When we say we weigh a certain amount of pounds, they go, "Are you kidding me? What? Holy cow, you're a big girl." All right, so measuring in liquid capacity. The left-hand side is the ones you need to know. And then I did another list on the right-hand side that kind of shows you other what things equal kind of thing. So the ones you definitely need to write down are in bold and on the left-hand side. First of all, we need to know that ounces is our bottom, and 16 ounces, fluid ounces, because we're doing volume, and that's liquid, as Caitlin told us, equals 1 pint. Two pints equal 1 quart. Sorry, I even made that little kid walking by. Sorry. Oh, a little distracted. 2 pints equal 1 quart.
So cute.
4 cups equal 1 quart. And 4 pints equal 1 gallon. So our measurement goes ounces, pints, cups, quarts, gallons. And then we also have 1 quart equals 32 fluid ounces, 1 pint equals 2 cups, 2 cups equals 16 ounces. Yep, that's wrong. Yeah, this one's wrong. 2 cups does not equal 16 ounces. Because if 1 pint equals 2 cups, and 1 pound.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. No, it's
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
right.
2 cups equals 16
That's-
ounces.
That's part of why it's so confusing,
And
isn't it?
that's what happens, okay? 1 gallon equals 16 cups, 1 gallon equals 2 quarts, and 1 gallon equals 128 fluid ounces. Holy cow, that's a lot of information. I'm on total overload, right? So, what I'm telling you, you must know. You must know that side. This side is supplemental. Don't overload yourself with this side. This is a must. You have to know this. Okay? I would suggest you make sure these are written down and leave these off so you don't get confused. I'm just showing you how they work. Okay?
So maybe we should just write those ones.
Well, you're going to be able to do those in a second
If you're
because
gonna cook, you might wanna know them if you're following your grandma's recipes.
I'll just use measurements after this one.
so the rules. Anytime we're using the English system, our 2 rules for conversion. If we want a larger unit to go to a smaller unit, we multiply. If we want a smaller unit to go to a larger unit, we divide. So if we have ounces and we want to go to gallons, we divide. If we have gallons and we want to go to cups, we multiply.
Ooh. There is one. They're right.
I guess I put 4 points.
Okay, just information are certain and stuff like that. And then what's going, either today or tomorrow. Easy.
And Kathy pointed out, Mrs. Miller has an error. This is actually 4 quarts. Sorry. Oh wow.